Yes.
We are discussing.
Audible. I can able to hear your voice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Sriram. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Here, today is the first session on web UI technologies. We are discussing web UI technologies. In that, what all the list of topics we are going to cover, I'm list outing here, and what is the duration of the course and what is the usage of each topic. I'll explain you in the first 3 sessions of our course. So today is the first session. So in the first 3 sessions, what is the real usage of this web UI technologies? I can explain to you. And after that, I'll go with the here under this web UI technologies, first topic is HTML4, then second topic is CSS2, then third topic I'll go with JavaScript, then fourth topic I'll go with jQuery, HTML5, enhancement of HTML4, then fifth topic I'll go with the CSS3, then sixth topic I'll go with the JavaScript, and seventh one is jQuery, and eighth one is Ajax, then ninth one is responsive design, and then 10th one is Bootstrap, and 11th one is I'll explain less and SAS. SCSS. So less and SAS. These are all the topics I'm going to explain to you. So let me start here. Save the file. Demo. Save the file. It is 7 AM web UI 2020. Let me save this file. Here today is 18th November 2020 demo 1. See. Here we are discussing here web UI technologies. Under that we are under this we are writing here CSS. With these all the topics we are going to cover it in our course. After completion of this course, if you go with advanced level, so what I am explaining now, that is not comes under our course. But if you want to apply as a web UI developer course, front-end developer job position, so you have to be ready with any one of the framework. In JavaScript, so in JavaScript, many frameworks came into the market. So under this JavaScript, we have Angular 9, Angular 10 is one, React.js, then Node.js or Vue.js. Like this, many frameworks we have in market. Most of companies are asking for Angular and React. Some of companies, there is a equal priority in all these frameworks. These frameworks are not comes under our codes. Only this part I'm going to explain to you. But after JavaScript, once I start the JavaScript, if you parallelly attend any of the framework, then only you can be apply for web UI development course. So in this web UI development course content sake, here this course duration is 40 to 45 hours of sessions. So it may increase to 50 hours. Depends on the, including project session. So it includes including project session. So it will take 40 to 45 hours, or depends on the doubts and discussion, it may increase to 50 hours. Here you have to be involved in the class. You have to ask questions. Once I start the first topic of our course, so that first topic related task I'll give you in the class. So that task you have to finish it by your own, not in the class timing, any other timing. If you work out it and if you send the mail, then we'll go with the next topic. So that way I'll continue the course. Why? Because my previous batch students, once I complete all the topics, again they are asking what is JavaScript, what is CSS. So you should not, actually, if you don't practice just attending the classes, there is no use with the attending of classes. If you practice well, if you practice the topic, I'll go for next topic, no problem. Anyway, I'll continue the topics in everyday class. But if you practice that, that will be helpful to understand the next topic. All are interrelated topics. If you know HTML4, then only you can understand CSS. If you know CSS and HTML, then only you can understand JavaScript. If you know JavaScript, then only you can understand HTML5 and CSS3. Like this, all are interrelated topics. If you learn one, then only you can learn the another. So this way we can work out on web UI codes. In that web UI codes, all are interrelated topics. You have to be perfect with all those. So first, I'm going for what is the real usage of this front end. Using web UI technologies, you can be a front end developer. So if you are a front end developer, So if you are a front-end developer, how you can use this? So if you are a front-end developer, you can here. If you are a front-end developer, you can able to create the front home screen of a application. I'll show you what I did for my previous batches. So here you can create a front-end application, menu bar, logo, college, if it is a college or a university, that university logo and title, and left side some contact address or some other logo. Here is the menu bar. This way you can create a left, right alignment, all this attractive front-end application. We can create it by UI. Using our front end, so you can create this type of attractive application. When you check for home page, you can see one of the front end page. If you are checking for login page, suppose your website sake you are checking for login. So login sake you will see one more application form. So in that you will ask the user to enter their email ID, phone number, or a password, or a name and password. Anyway, you can ask it. When you click on the submit button, so when I click on the login here, so I can open that login screen. So this is one more screen. So this is also we have to create it. When you click on the submit button, what you have to do it, that is not our duty. Here we are creating one login application form, So for this login form, if you are clicking on submit button, what you have to do? Actually, we have to submit the email ID and password to server-side programming. That server-side developer will create one application to read these details and connect with the database. And after connecting with the database, it will give the response. Here, this way we can create it. Here, I'm submitting my application form. If I submit my application form, I can contact the DB and I can get the output. Here is my login. This login screen is connecting with the login.html. So login.html page. So inside this login.html page, we can have the DB database connection. This DB will connect with this HTML page, and this HTML page will give it will give you one more screen. So that is inbox screen. Are you able to follow my teaching?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. So please involve in the class. All of them, you have to involve in the class. Am I going fast or slow? Are we able to catch me or not? Revise it. Please involve in the class. Then only I can understand how much you are able to follow the session. Okay. So next, here is the inbox page. Normally, if you log in for any application form, you can see that inbox page. Here, login.html page will connect with the it is a PHP page. Login.php page or a JSP page. It may be server page. Server page may be Java page, .NET page, or a PHP page, or a Python page. So login.jsp or login.php or login.jsp, PHP, or ASP server page. Like this, any one server. So mainly we are using here server-side programming. So we are using here server-side programming programming. So here we are reading the input. So in the server, we'll read input from we read input from client page and connect with the database. We'll make the connection with the database. Give the response. We'll give the response as HTML page. Again, we'll give you response as a HTML page or a front end page. We'll give the response to front end page. This way we can execute a application, general application. It may be mobile application or a tab application or a web app or a browser application. It may be anything. Generally we follow this type of scenario. So mainly what we are creating here, so after response, whatever the front end page we are getting here, that response page we are creating by our knowledge. So I'll show you here, attractive front end application we have to create here. Suppose if I show you here, this one, see every loading time, it will change its color. See here, it is showing some color for this. And when I key down here, the can is coming up and content is moving backside. This is also, see, can is fixed there and content is moving in the oval shape. This type of all things we can create it with our front end. So but if you create like this, user likes to use your website. So client, if the company client is giving this type of, is requiring this type of website, we have to use jQuery, we have to use Ajax call, we have to use jQuery, CSS3, HTML5. So based on this, we can create this type of application. See, whatever the can I selected there, that can of application I can show like this. See, here I can go down, I can go up. But here there is no can movement, Z index. Actually, CSS Z index we are using there. That's why that can is coming up and moving along with the content. See here, how the can is going up, how the can is going down. So this type of application. And similarly, here browser application, some blasting. Here bubble will come using jQuery or using JavaScript. We can create the bubble type of application. This is one front end. Here when you go down, that bubble size is increasing, depends on the color. Here bubble size increasing. After that, see, completely increased. Once I reach to yellow background, so it is not going down. I'm clicking on down button, but that bubble is not moving. But when I move up the scroll button, here scroll, see, bubble got blast. So it's showing like blasting type of effect. This blasting effect we can show to the user by this. This way only we can create our application. Okay, so if you create this type of application, this is a front-end application. By this we can create an attractive application. Similar way, water effect. So I created water type of effects for my previous batches. Here 7 AM UI. Here jQuery water rippling effect. Oh, okay, water effect. Validations, shining, form validation, show and hide, slideshow effect. How to show the slideshow of effects. I'll show you. See, okay, ripple.js is missed here. That's why it is not executing. I think I removed the ripple.js in all places. Yeah, here it is execute. It can execute. Here, water effect, new air. Image go. See here. When I click with my mouse, you can see that water type of effects. See, water effect. If you check here, New York website, so let me copy this ripple.js, control C copy. I'll show you more number of rippling effects in my other program. Here, jQuery, Control V, jQuery water effect. See here, it is also showing same. More number of ripples also we can create it by changing the program. Here jQuery UI, by that I can make the item as a draggable. See here, I can make the item as a draggable by writing jQuery code and the CSS code. See here, I can drag that and show and hide and the slide show. See here, slideshow effect. Slideshow. See, each image will show you different type of slideshow effect. Here it is a fading effect. This is zooming effect. This is slide turn down effect. Different type of images we can show to the user by different type of effects. This way, if I fix the width and height, within that width only, it will show all the images. So in the real-time application, generally if you check any real-time application, it will show you that type of thing. See here, Kendriya Vidyalaya. This is one of the school website, how they are showing like slideshow. So all their school activities, they'll show like a slideshow. See here, this is one slideshow. And when I click on next, I can see the next activity of the school. See here, if I click, I can see that next activity. If I click here, I can see that next activity. This way we can create it. Okay. This is about the meeting link. It is showing all the history details. Once I log in with this website, then only I can see my list of classes, what all done by me, and what how much time I have taken that class. That all details I can see here. See, if I check here, I can see that information and download button, something like this. This is come from server. So this UI front end page is connecting with server. From the server, we are getting the response. We can execute our application. Here, setting. So if you want to do any other settings here, you can do. So this way we can create our application. Now, what is the usage of? Up to now, is it clear? How we can create our applications using this web front end?
Yes.
So am I clear to you? Am I going fast?
No.
Deepak, Naveen, Venkatesh, how are you feeling?
Yeah, you're doing good.
Oh, thank you. So if you are not able to follow, please let me know. So by that I can catch you, how you can follow. So in that way, I'll explain to you. Yes. Here, now I'm explaining. So up to now, I explain how to create the front end application. Now I'm going to explain how to create the front end application. Here, I explain here front end. So now I'm explaining here how to create our application. Till now I explained front end application. So now I'm going to explain how to create the front end application using all these codes content. So usage of HTML4. So HTML4 is nothing but it's a hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language, and CSS2 is nothing but it is a CSS2. CSS2 is nothing but it is a cascading style sheet. So using this CHTML, we can create the structure of web application. Mainly structure of application, structure of web page, we can create it by HTML. Means how you want to create your application, what you want to create here, that structure, how you want to design your tags. Content is here, heading I want to display here, and content I want to display here. Here I want to show you one navigation bar, that is menu tag. Then side content, right side content, left and right aligned by CSS. Mainly that tags we can create it by HTML. Structure of web page we can create it by HTML. CSS we can create the style for the application. Style of web application means web page style, web page alignment we can create it by CSS. So using CSS we can create the alignment of the application. Mainly alignment of the web page we can create it by CSS. HTML is used for creating structure for web application. CSS is using for cascading style sheet. It is used for CSS cascading style sheet. So it is mainly used for creating the web application. That alignment we can do it by CSS. CSS and HTML. HTML page we always start with the doc type HTML. See, I have showed so many applications now. Just check here. Once I refresh here, see here in this, I can show my application. See, this Kendriya Vidyalaya started with the doc type HTML head body. Mainly, if you check any HTML application, you can see this code. This is the common code in all HTML application. If you check here, if you check this one, this Roser bubble website, just right click here, inspect element. By inspect element, you can see that HTML code. See here, HTML head doc type, HTML head body. So if you check here, AV this drink website, just inspect element here. See here how it is created. Doc type HTML head body. This way we can create it. Doc type HTML head body. This way we can create our application. Now I'm creating here this training. Just right click here, inspect element. Inspect element. If you check here this training website, it's showing my list of classes under this link. What all the classes I have here, you can see here who are registered and what is how many are registered, that type of thing I can see here. See, body head doc type. See, commonly here will be doc type HTML. So we run HTML start, HTML close, and inside this mainly we write the head. That web page we always has to write like this, doc type HTML head body. So by this what we can understand here, it's using HTML we can create the head body and all this. Okay. HTML head body I'm creating like this. So inside this HTML is used for creating the HTML application. HTML is completely, it's a hypertext markup language. Markup is nothing but it's a tag based programming. HTML is nothing but it's a tag based programming. So what is the use with this HTML? HTML is mainly used to create the structure for web application. Structure of web application we can create it by HTML. Using HTML we can create the structure. Then third one, so HTML is nothing but it's a tag based programming. To structure of web application we can create it by HTML. Then third one, it's a tag based programming, and structure of web application we can create it by HTML. Next, third one, these tags are, tag is nothing but, what is a tag? Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to browser. instruction to browser. So this tag name, syntax for the tag name is here between less than and greater than, we write the tag name. We write the tag name. These tags are divided into two types, pair tag and unpaired tag, that I'll discuss later. Here, as of now, we are discussing here. HTML is nothing but it's a tag based programming. Mainly structure of application we can create it by HTML. Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. So we can give instruction to the browser using tag. So syntax of the tag, we write it by in between less than and greater than, we write the tag. Alignment of the web page we can create it by CSS. So inside the head section, generally inside the body, we write the entire structure of application. How you want to design your application, we write it inside the body. Inside the head, we write the style tag. Inside the style tag, we write the CSS code. So using CSS, we can do the alignment of the web page. So alignment of the web page sake, we don't write any CSS pages. So you can write it if you want, that I'll discuss later. Here inside the HTML page, we can write it here head start, then head close. And here only we can write it here body start, then body close. Here inside this head, we can write the style tag. So style start, then style close. So this way we can write the style tag. Style tag is used to write the CSS code. Style is nothing but here we can write the CSS code. And total structure of application, we can write it inside the body. Inside the head, we write the style tag. Inside the body, we write the structure, total entire structure of your application. You can write it by HTML. Here I want to find the difference. If I don't write the style, what happens? Your structure will be same, but there is no alignment. Just I'm deleting this header. See here. If I create my application like this, user will use this application. User wants to any user like to use this type of application. No background, no color, is like this. If you create only with HTML, you can this. Okay. Yes, please. Yes, please. Is it clear? If I don't CSS code, if I write only HTML, it will look like this. Clear to you or not? Naveen, Pavan, Arpit, Greg. Yes, thank you. Here, yeah, thank you, Pavan. Yeah, here we can create if you don't use if you don't use CSS, write our application like this. If I use CSS, then I can my application with alignment. Just if I refresh the page, I can show you with alignment. That along with the application, you can see that. See like this. Here, just now I removed only CSS. See, if I don't write the body, entire body, I'm removing. Discussion, you can understand. Using HTML, we are writing the content. Using CSS, we are aligning the content. Okay. Now, why you people, both the peoples are joined very late? So I'm going to end the session by 8 p.m. This class starts at 7 a.m. only, 8 a.m. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So please join it on time. Today I joined at 7:10. Why? Because this is the first day. So mainly students will gather. So after that, that's why I waited. But tomorrow onwards, I'll start the class on time. Sharp 7 a.m. I'll start the class, and my classes will be punctual. And once I start the session of JavaScript, until that, first 2 weekends we don't have any class. From third weekend onwards, every Saturday we'll sit for one real-time application. I'll take one real-time web page and we'll try to make it out that front-end application using our subject knowledge. Up to that weekend, whatever the subject we have discussed, with that subject we'll implement one real-time application. That way we'll continue. Okay, so we have to write the program, we have to involve in the class, and we have to discuss the things. If you find any new things, actually this websites, what I showed here, Roser and AVE, yeah, this drinker website, these all came, these all the students' doubts. They are asking how, ma'am, how to create this type of site. How to create this type of site. This when you key down, how the content will move up, how the content will move down. Like this, if the students ask, then we'll discuss more elaborately. We'll discuss the content. Otherwise, just my content, I'll explain to you. So you may not, if you don't practice, you won't get any doubts. So our class will continue. After finishing the codes, again, if you check for the content, so nil, there is nothing in the brain. You practice parallelly along with my classes, then only you can follow the subject. And Monday to Friday sessions regularly I'll take from JavaScript topic. Once I start the JavaScript topic, that weekend onwards. Why? Because we'll finish CSS4, CSS2 and HTML4. That's why. So once I start JavaScript onwards, every Saturday I'll take one real-time application. I'll take one real-time application. That real-time application will discuss in every Saturday. So how much subject we have done? Suppose we have done JavaScript validation. We'll implement that validation part in the real-time application. So what is a validation? If I want to log in with any type of site, so here Amazon site. Suppose if I want to log in with this Amazon site, I have to click on the login screen. So once I click on the sign in button, it will ask me about the username and password. See here, sign in. If I click on the sign in, it will ask me about the username and password. If I am an existing user with this Amazon, then only I can see my home page. Otherwise, I have to create my account. If I click on the create account, I have to fill this total application form and have to submit it. This way, every web page will have their own users. Generally, they want to make users with that website. Okay, so they want to create they will ask you about create account. I cannot log in with my Amazon account to my Gmail. I cannot log in with my Facebook account to Gmail, or Gmail account I cannot use it in Facebook. Gmail username, Gmail password. You may use email ID like Gmail username, but password you have to create it specially for Facebook. So like that, every website will ask you about the login. Why? Because they want to maintain the users' details. So they want to increase their count of users. So for that reason, they will ask me about create account and login. So this way, we can write the number of accounts. We can create it in number of websites. So for this creation of account sake, we use HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So once I done validation, see here, it is giving some validation error messages. So password should be 8 characters, small letter, at least one number, and mobile number only 10-digit number, and your name should be only characters, alphabet, smaller letter or capital letter. No other special characters are allowed. This type of validation will give you depends on your input. Suppose if I am writing here special character, it is allowing. Once I click on submit, it is not giving any error for this special character. But here, if I write it here, special number, this one, see here, this is the validation error message. This is what basic validation, this is what data validation. So data validation is used for writing what type of data you are entering in that input field, what type of validation we have to apply for that. That we'll discuss in the validation part. So once I done validation, I'll implement this type of application form. So one screen will create it in one weekend. So that's why only Saturday session, Sunday is a holiday. That is for your preparation. What I have done in that third week, you have to practice at least in the Sunday session. Okay. So, and if you want to join as a web UI developer position, you can parallelly, once I start JavaScript, you can parallelly start your any framework, any JavaScript framework. You can implement it and you can develop it. Okay. So if you want to apply as a web UI developer course, you have to be perfect with anyone. Yes, Navin, what is your doubt? You raised your hand.
Yeah, is the JavaScript is mandatory to learn the UI frameworks?
Yes. Why? Because these are large JavaScript frameworks only.
No,
Actually, once you start, Angular is TypeScript. So first they'll explain TypeScript. First they'll explain TypeScript and then explain JavaScript. Sorry, Angular. So before learning TypeScript, if you knowledge on JavaScript, that will be helpful to learn Angular.
Okay, so what about the React.js?
React.js time also JavaScript. All are JavaScript frameworks. All are JavaScript frameworks only.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes. Where we are, HTML. We discussed about HTML is used for creating structure and how the structure we can create it, we discussed here. And CSS is used for writing the background color, border color, like that we can create it by CSS. Okay. JavaScript is mainly used for creating the functionality of the browser. Mainly functionality of the browser we can create it by, here we are discussing here content of our codes we are discussing here. Each content related description we are discussing here. So each content related description we are discussing here. Now I'll explain here what is the use with the JavaScript. JavaScript is nothing but it's a browser side programming, browser side scripting language. So it is a browser side scripting language. So it is nothing but it's a client side programming. Client side programming is nothing but we no need to install any server to run the client side application. To run client side application sake, we no need to write any server. We no need to install any server. Just browser can execute your JavaScript. JavaScript code we write it inside the script tag. This script tag we can use it inside the head. We can write the script tag inside the body. Depends on the scenario, we'll write it. That we'll discuss later. Here JavaScript is nothing but it's a programming. So here it is object oriented programming also. JavaScript is also a object oriented programming, and using this JavaScript we can implement validations, we can implement events handling, and we can implement the cookies. We can create cookies and we can create local storage. Local storage means memory, local storage, only browser side you can store some values. That is local storage, session storage, web storage, like that. We'll discuss all web storages using JavaScript. JavaScript is used for creating the functionality of the browser. Mainly functionality of the browser. Functionality of browser, we can create it by JavaScript. Mainly usage of JavaScript is functionality of browser, we can create it by this. Here is the HTML content, like this we can create it. Here is our HTML and something like this. Okay. As of now, we discussed about what is the JavaScript, what is the CSS, what is the HTML. Now let's implement one. Actually, I'll use Visual Studio Code to implement application, but as of now, I'm using here Edit Plus. Edit Plus I'm using here to implement the application. So I'm writing here is the doc type HTML. Then here is my HTML start. And inside this HTML, I'm writing here head start, head close. And here itself, I'm writing here body start, then body close. Okay. So inside this head, I'm writing here style tag. So for writing style code, I'll write it here. And here only we can write the script tag. Script tag is used to write the JavaScript code. Now I'm writing here, save this file. You can save this file with any name. Documents, demo. Here it is 1.html. So I'm saving this file with 1.html. Go to the location, documents, demo. Inside this is 1.html. Just open that file. You cannot see anything, but if you right click here, inspect element, you can see that code. See here, inside the head, we are writing script and style, doc type, HTML, head body. It is not showing any content. So inside the body, if I write hello to HTML, hello to HTML, I'm writing here. Just if I refresh it, you can see hello to HTML. We have some tags. If you want to display in italic or bold, for that we have some tags. If I write here I tag, I start, I close, I can show that content in italic. If I refresh it, see, you can show that italic content inside the body. If I want to show the bold content, B tag, we can use it here for bold content. Welcome to this page is my content. See here, welcome to this page. Hello to HTML, welcome to this page. Okay, this way we can create our application. So what is the use with the style? So as of now, just I explained the style related code. So I want to write something here related to background color. So background hyphen color, so I'm writing here gray color. So by this, you can show your application like gray color. You can show your application like gray color. If you want, you can change here dynamically, not, it is not effect for other. Here for body tag sake, we are writing CSS. So for body tag sake, I'm writing gray color here. If I want, I can select any one from here, the browser. What the color you like it, that color name or color code, you can use it in your program. Not only this combination, you can change that combination of colors. You can see all the changes. All color combinations you can see here. You can see all color changes here. You can select any one color, that name or a color, you can use it for your application. By that, you can show your application like this. So what I have written, this one is the CSS code. CSS code. And what I have written doc type to HTML close, this is HTML code. This total entire code is the HTML code. This way we can create the basic of application. So what is the use with the JavaScript? In JavaScript, we have just one output statement I'm writing here, that is hello world. Hello world output statement I'm writing here. So if I write here alert, by that you can see that alert output statement. Now if I refresh it, you can see that hello world. Like this. See here, if I refresh it, you can see that hello world. The pop-up window is coming by JavaScript. So usage of HTML is used for creating the content in the page. Usage of CSS, background, foreground color, font, and all we can do it by CSS. Usage of JavaScript, validations, local storage, clicking event, submit event, like that we can do all types of events by JavaScript. Clear? Yes, please. Yeah, thank you. Any more doubts? Anything you want to ask? Your time now. You can chat or you can. Is my voice is clear to you? Are you getting any disturbance in the voice or content?
Yeah, it's clear, ma'am. So may I know the differences between JavaScript, jQuery, and Ajax?
Yeah. I'll explain that remaining content. What is the purpose of remaining content? I'll explain you in tomorrow's session. Main
Sure,
usage
sure,
of
sure.
JavaScript, jQuery, Ajax. I'll continue the sessions like this. So are you able to follow my teaching?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Am I going fast?
No, it's okay.
Venkatesh, Srikanth,
No,
Arvid,
ma'am.
Greg, Deepak.
Yeah. So far your lecture is cool and clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This is I'm expecting. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll continue. Please don't join very late. Why? Because you may not follow the session. So please join on time. I'll also join. I'll start the screen. I'll start the session, but I'll wait for first 5 minutes or like that. For joining the students. So all will join within 5 minutes late, not more than 5 minutes late. So join in 7:05 like that. So we'll end the session by 8 o'clock. We'll continue the session like this, and my codes will continue like this. And every day you will get from mails from my end. Once the class is confirmed, once the students are registered with the organizer, after registration, organizer will send me that mail IDs. Whatever the mail IDs list, I got it. So to them, every day I'll send the document to you. If I start HTML4, that HTML4 related total document and the programs, whatever the programs I'll explain to you, that all the list of programs I'll send to you. So by that you can revise the thing in the same day. And recordings. So I'm recording my session. So these recordings will be uploaded in the Gmail drive. So share your Gmail details only to organizer. They will share that Gmail drive to you. In that, share with me in the Gmail drive, Google Drive. So there you can see that share with me. In that, when you click on it, you can see that our class recordings. Not now, actually this time they won't upload, but once from second week like that, they'll start uploading into Drive. Until that, they'll host these recordings in the YouTube. You can check that if you miss any of the class. Actually today is the first session now. If you miss any of the class, this first few sessions, you can check it in YouTube, and then next onwards they'll continue all the sessions in Drive. Once they create the Drive, they'll upload all the things in all the recordings into Drive. Okay. Yes, that's it for today. Do you want to ask anything?
I'm having one question, ma'am. So
Yeah.
So
Yes.
whether you will give the task in a daily basis or it will be a weekly?
Mostly I'm asking for same day or at least by next day. If you want to
Okay.
pending, keep it aside for weekend, your wish. At least in Monday, you have to submit the previous week task.
Okay.
By that, it will be helpful. Just it is not for my sake, just for understanding of the next class sake. That's it. Okay then. So we'll continue the classes like this. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.